guys, I just want to let y'all know I did get some merch stickers. I already got them printed out. What I'm going to end up doing is giving them out for free on one every video. So comment on the video, I'll pick someone randomly on the next video in the beginning, and I'll ship these out to y'all guys free of charge. Just comment, I'll pick someone randomly. So I got those for y'all. So yeah, we got new wheels for the CRX. She's back. It's been a while since I've done a CRX video. So we got these Cozies, K1 Racings. I ended up picking it up from Dallas. You know, drove out there, the guy had a really good deal. These are gonna be part of another video I'm putting together, so I had to get some new wheels and some new tires for the car for the next part of this video, what I'm gonna do. But this guy had them on a Miata. He tracked it. He only tracked it one time with these new tires. These are, I think these are Toyo Proxys RA1s. So they're meant to be on the track. He would do circuit racing and things like that with them. They're 15s, 15 by 7 plus 38 all around. The tires are 205, 55, 15s. So they fit the CRX pretty good. I'll give you a little close up on it. So here are the rims right here. Pretty good condition. There's no curbs or anything like that. This is just sticker residue, and then the stickers, the original stickers have kind of peeled off, which you can go buy those for like 20 bucks online. So these are the fronts right here. There are no upper control arms to adjust anything on these wheels on this car, CRX. So it's all stock right now. So this is just how it is stock. I did go ahead and lower this all the way. I'm not sure what suspension's on here. Like I said, I got the second hand, the car when I bought it, and it was kind of had some stuff already done to it. So I'm not really sure on the suspension. I lowered the front all the way down pretty much, and it's still not low enough. So I'm not sure. The rear, as you can see in the video before this, when I was installing the wheels, the rear set really high, probably like 3 inches above the tire, which is a little too much. And I couldn't get it any lower. I had lowered it all the way, and you can see now it's sitting pretty much right at the tire. You really can't get I mean, you can get a finger in there if you kind of angle it. I would like it to go lower in the rear just a little bit more. But basically, this was all the way down. I couldn't get it to go any lower. This is rear disc brake. So maybe what happened was, this is an HF model, and they kind of just been converting it over to the SI. So maybe what happened was they did the rear disc conversion with the Integra, rear spindles and hubs and stuff, and that's why maybe the suspension looks a little funny. But I was comparing a lot of the suspension on the CRXs, and the fork on the rear usually sits real close to the lower control arm, and this one I'll show you. Let's see if I can show you real quick. Let's see if I can show you. So right there, let's see if I can get the light off. It's not so bright. Right there is the fork for the suspension, and you can see that there's a hole on the bottom. That's how high the fork was sitting in there. And I've looked at a lot of these where the fork is lower. It's kind of awkward right here, but the fork usually is closer like that, like how I have it cut right there in the shot. That's usually how it looks right there. But you can see this has an extra hole in the bottom. So that didn't really look right. So what I did was I ended up drilling a hole, you know, whatever, 2-3 inches up higher on the fork, and that was able to drop it down some more. This is the suspension right here. Just some, I guess they're just eBay coilovers. I'm not sure what shocks these are. Like I said, these shocks on the CRX shocks, they have a little bucket on the bottom. They have a little bucket on the bottom that gets them, that the springs sit in or whatever, and the coilover. So I don't think these are CRX suspension and coilovers, things like that. So it's probably not. It's probably an Integra or something else that's on it. But doing that, I ended up getting the rear lower. I did look at the fronts, and the fronts, they have forks, and then the shock goes into the fork. And I remember back in the day, I'm trying to scratch my head on all this. It's been a while, but I remember back in the day you could spread the fork open and shove the shock down in further. And when I looked at it, it doesn't look like the shock's all the way even in the fork. So that one I could probably adjust it, jack it up, take the screw out that tightens onto the shock, and put the shock in even further. If not, you could go buy some drop forks, and that'll do the same thing also. But that's the wheels, that's the suspension on there that I did to get it to ride a little bit better. Other things I've been working on, the car's already driving and good and everything. Another thing I've been working on is the fuel gauge. Fuel gauge hasn't been reading. It's always been low on E. Talking to the previous owner, going back and forth. This was all switched out to the 9091 dash. This was all, I think this all had blue in here before. It was all blue interior dash. They swapped it all out to the black and the gray. So this is an 89 CRX, and this is obviously not the 89. The 89 is more square. So this is a 9091 dash right here. So I know I showed y'all before, the wiring is not great in this car. So the fuel gauge has not been working, so I asked about that, and has it been connected, and going back and forth. And I originally thought it was the fuel sender unit. Found someone parting out a CRX, went and bought one, put it in, no change. So that tells me right then and there that the fuel sender was not the problem. So that's when I started looking into the tach and looking into, let's see if I can put this up, looking into the wiring and the plugs and the pinouts on the back side of this thing. And basically the pinout for fuel on the 89 and the 90 is different. So this harness plugged into here, the harness in here is actually a 9091 harness, which is odd because it's supposed to be an 89. So maybe they switched over the harness too, not really sure. But the pinout was correct for the fuel technically, but it wasn't getting no signal. I did a continuity test from where it's supposed to get a signal in the back to the plug here, the yellow plug, which is on the sender unit, and no continuity, wasn't getting no signal. Maybe there's a fuse for it. Let me know if y'all know about a fuse. Maybe there's one broken on it. What I ended up doing was just to test everything. I just did a dedicated line, you can see here, all the way to it, straight from here, straight to the tach and to the fuel gauge. And sure enough, turned it on, started it, and that's when the fuel gauge started rising. And then there's some tests that you could do when to make sure it works and everything, is you unplug, when you have the car on, you unplug it, and what happens is if you plug that plug, this will drop, which it did. As soon as I did this hardwire, it started dropping. Another thing is you jump it, you put a pin from here to here, the ground and the yellow, you pin it, close the loop, that should make it seem like it's full. You do that, and I did it, and this started rising. So now the fuel gauge is working. I gotta look a little bit more, see if there's a fuse. If not, the thing I would probably do would be just to hardwire it, solder it, do all that stuff, put it all the way through the console back in here and wire it in. There is some tricky stuff with this. Y'all have seen the wiring. I did see in the back that they did have to splice into the distributor into the tach to get the tach to work on here. So something's not really right in it, and it's, wiring isn't, even though the harness is a 9091 harness, it's not really might not even be plugged up the right way, or the wires never touch or whatever like that. So stuff like that's a little tricky. So anyways, so we got the fuel gauges going, which is great for knowing how much fuel's in here. It's always fill it up, make sure you can always do the trip, and trip it for 200 miles and drive and then fill it up again. But I'm just trying to get this thing back to where it was. So did that. What else did I do? I picked up the cover. This one already had the top cover. I was missing the bottom cover that goes right here. So when I went and picked up the fuel floater, I went and I picked up a bottom cover. So I will sand this probably and paint it some Sem Black trim paint, so just to make it look nice and OEM. The AC controls, this is probably from 1991. These are not working. They don't do nothing. They don't turn on. The AC, which I think I showed in another video, for the 88 to 89 original one, is in behind it. It's still plugged in. So I'm probably gonna go mess with that too, mess with some pinouts, and get this other one to work in the front of the dash. Get that going. But now the CRX is running. She's running good. I'm gonna do some more videos on it in the future. I am gonna go ahead and do some wire tucking in the engine bay, just to clean it up, because the engine bay is white and that's the original color, I think, on the car. So I want to clean up the engine bay with the wiring harness, tuck it, get it behind the fenders, all behind the fenders and everything, making it look decent, good. I already bought all the wiring for it to extend wires. I want to do that just so that way I can get rid of the wiring, and then I can kind of, you know, put a bag over the stuff I don't want, you know, messed up, and paint the bay. Maybe even pull the motor out. I might pull the motor out and paint the bay the same color, which is this, I think it's a Mazda color. So repaint it so that way everything looks OEM. You know, getting it to look right. You know, I'm trying to get this thing looking good. You know, the wheels weren't that much when I got them. They, like I said, it's part of another video I'm gonna do. It's in the works. We're trying to get it going. I do have some other stuff that I have purchased for the CRX that I'm gonna show y'all guys in another vid. I can't do it now because we're in Texas and we're going through this winter storm, and I've just been putting it off, and it's just snow every day, cold every day, and I can't show you, you know, enough content for it to justify posting it or anything. It's just, I think I only have like whatever 10 minutes, and I've actually have more content, but my GoPro SD card actually cracked and broke, so I had a little mishap. So I've lost some content on some other projects that I've had that I've picked up for the channel, but I'll just have to reshoot those, and it'll be, you know, whatever, be what it is. But I want to get more content for the next parts for the car. It's gonna be some changes for it, you know. What else did I do? I picked up this oven. I just picked up this oven right here. There's a little something in there, and I picked up this oven for free. It was down the street. This guy used it for powder coating, and I basically want to start kind of get into some powder coating and learning, you know, some new trades, whatever. You know, I got some stuff I want to powder coat. Maybe, you know, powder coat some of the control arms, things like that. Make it look OEM again, black or whatever, you know, valve covers, things like that. So it'd be fun to learn and figure it out and take you guys on the ride and trying to see, you know, how to powder coat. This guy already kind of penciled in the temps on here, and you know, I have right across from this other room right here, I actually have my washroom, and on that wall is my washer and dryer, so I can actually put my 220 plug right here, and then I'm gonna put some wheels on this thing, I think. And when I'm ready to powder coat, I'll just wheel it from somewhere else over there, plug it in, and get the thing hot, and start powder coating, and you know, just do something different. You know, I know I'm trying to do a lot of things, but I want to learn a lot of things too, so that's what I want to do. But shoot a comment on here, guys. There'll be some more videos on CRX coming up. Shoot a comment on here to get drawn and get a sticker. It ain't much, but hey, you know, I want to throw y'all something for the support. I really appreciate y'all watching the channel, and I know I have a lot of projects, a lot of different stuff. I got import, I got the Ford, I got some other product, I got the camper. I got a lot of projects in my channel, and I know it's not might be for everyone. You know, some people might like a lot of the Ford, some people might like a lot of the import. It's something for everyone, I hope. And I just want to, you know, give back. And if y'all guys want a sticker, you know, put a comment. I'll put a random one every time I do another video, and we'll just keep going until I run out of stickers. You know, I think I got like 100 something stickers, so we'll just keep going. Give one out. Maybe purchase some if you want. Let me know. But we'll just be handing them out for free. That's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all guys on the next one. Later.